Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Pascal here, and today I wanted to share with you what is perhaps my favorite discovery of 2020 so far, or at least my favorite manga discovery. As some of you may know, I am a big manga fan. I love reading them and I love finding new ones I haven't heard of before. And this year I stumbled upon the series Blue Flag by artist Kaito. Now, before I continue with today's recommendation, I just want to proceed with this video's Patreon shoutout. It goes to Marcus Gross. Marcus, if you're watching, thank you so much for your support. You've been a supporter for a long time now. And if you guys want to support this channel, you can do so by clicking the link which should appear in the top right corner at this moment. Now, Blue Flag is a romance manga series. Now, I know there are a lot of these types of mangas going around, especially the high school types of romance or the boys love series, but I feel that Blue Flag stands on its own, primarily because it has such a nice narrative which involves different queer characters, which is awesome. Now, the main theme of this series is of course love, but if I want to be more accurate, I would say that it's more about unrequited love. Which is perceived through the relationship of the four main characters. And I feel that the fact that it focuses more on the unrequited aspect of love makes it stand out a lot from the rest. Now, before I proceed with my review, I guess I should give you guys kind of a summary of the setting so you can understand a bit what it's all about. And don't worry, I will not tell any major spoilers in this recommendation video, so if you guys want to try reading the series afterwards, it won't ruin the experience for you, so don't worry about that. So basically, the story follows the young Taichi Ichinose in his final year of high school. Taichi is your typical average high school student, and he expects his last year to be the exact same as all the previous ones, which means uneventful. However, upon arriving at school, he is greeted by his childhood friend Toma Mita, whom he discovers will be part of his class. Now, much to the opposite of Taichi, Toma is your popular, athletic, a good-looking kind of guy that's full of energy and enthusiasm, which explains why people are attracted to him so much. Now, Taichi can't help but compare himself to Toma, to whom he feels he has nothing in common with, except maybe the fact that they both went to elementary and middle school together. Toma, on the other hand, is super friendly with Taichi and starts actually chatting with him as if nothing had changed between them. We are soon introduced to another main character, the timid Futaba Kuze, who is also in the same class as Taichi. Futaba is this little clumsy girl which seems to be always extremely self-aware and shy. Taichi is apprehensive towards her as he never really liked her for some reason. However, when she approaches him and she confesses that she has a crush on Toma, Taichi decides for some reason to help her get close to Toma. Eventually, an accidental cinema meeting is arranged to get Futaba closer to Toma. During this meeting, she brings along her closest friend, a girl named Masumi Itachi. Masumi is this fierce-looking, no bullshit kind of girl who is for some reason extremely protective of her friend Futaba. Soon a friendship emerges between the four of them as their paths crosses more and more often. Now, I won't go further into the summary than that for the first book, because if I continue to say more, it's actually going to ruin some important parts of the story. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning, I feel that this story really stands apart from all of these other boys' love stories or high school romance stories, mainly because of how the four main characters interact with each other. Their relationship is so special, and you can see them, how they deal with unrequited love through their interactions with one another. Now, many will characterize this series as being primarily kind of a love triangle. It's wrong in a sense that I feel it's more like a love quadrangle, if this word even exists. Another thing I really enjoy about this series so far is how the characters are designed, are drawn. I think the artist, Kaito, has a way to draw these characters so that you really want to look at them. They feel so well drawn and beautiful, even though the designs are not too over the top like in some mangas. If I want to go deeper into that aspect, one thing that really caught my eye was how every emotion and expression were skillfully drawn throughout the story on each of the characters. You can really feel the emotion of a character simply by looking at their faces, which I feel was extremely well done and neat. And of course, along with all these little details in the expressions and faces, from time to time you can expect to see these kind of chibi style cute drawings that the author inserts here and there to add some humor, and it's really well paced, so it's always a fun addition. So apparently the series has a total of 8 volumes, 3 of which have already been translated to English, and I've read them so far. So I got my 3 volumes here. They're all available on Amazon. I will put the links to them in the description box of this video, so if you guys want to give it a try, you can do so by clicking the links. It should bring you to the page where you can order them on Amazon. Now, Volume 4 in English translation is set to be released on October 20th, if I'm not mistaken, and the 5th volume will be released on December 15th. I've already pre-ordered them both on Amazon, and I can't wait to read them because I don't know if I mentioned it before, but each volume ends with a big cliffhanger. So volume 3 is no exception to that rule, and I'm just so curious to see what happens between the 4 characters, because the story gets you interested in all of these characters, like not just one. At least for me, I feel that the 4 perspectives are so interesting and you get attached to these characters, and I just want to see what happens next. Like I said before, I think this is probably my best discovery of 2020 so far, and if some of you who are watching this video have already read through the original version of the series in Japanese, please don't ruin the story for me or the others by posting the spoilers down below in the comment section, because discovering the story as you read it makes it all so much more interesting. And I guess that concludes my review / recommendation of the Blue Flag manga series. Now, I don't want to say too much on the story, that's why I kept it kind of short and concise, because I don't want to reveal too much of the major events that happened in the series. Trust me, it's really worth the read. I highly recommend it. Remember that you can find the links in my description box of this video to order the books on Amazon. It's really worth the read. Now, if you enjoyed this kind of video, please leave this video a thumbs up so I know. If you have any manga recommendations or even book suggestions, you can leave them in the comment section and I will definitely take a look at them. With that being said, thank you so much for sticking with me till the end, and we're gonna see each other next time. Thank you guys. Bye bye.